Bruce Lee is teaching a women's self-defense class when a police officer walks in and says, "Women can't fight. This is a waste of time." Bruce asks one of his students, a 50-year-old housewife, to attack the armed, trained officer. What happens in the next 20 seconds doesn't just prove the cop wrong. It ends his career and starts a movement that saves thousands of women. And what that officer does 15 years later, that's what proves the real lesson wasn't about fighting. Seattle, Washington, June 1965, Thursday evening, 7 p.m. The June Fan Gung Fu Institute sits on the second floor of a building in the University District. You reach it by climbing narrow wooden stairs. At the top, a simple room, hardwood floors, mirrors on one wall, heavy bags in the corner. No fancy equipment, just space to train, space to learn, space to transform. Tonight is Women's Self-Defense Night. Bruce started offering these classes 6 months ago. Every Thursday evening, women only, teaching them to protect themselves, teaching them they're not helpless, teaching them that size doesn't matter as much as skill, technique, and understanding. In 1965, this is revolutionary. Women aren't supposed to fight, aren't supposed to be aggressive, aren't supposed to think they can defend themselves against men. Society tells them to be quiet, be polite, be victims if necessary. Bruce tells them something different. 15 women are in class tonight, different ages, different backgrounds, housewives, college students, secretaries, a nurse, a librarian, all of them here for the same reason. They're tired of being afraid, tired of looking over their shoulder, tired of men telling them they're weak. They want to be strong, want to be capable, want to feel safe in their own body. Bruce is at the front of the room, 24 years old, wearing simple black training pants and a white t-shirt, barefoot. His hair is neat, face focused. He's been teaching for 2 hours, showing them basic techniques, how to strike vulnerable target, eyes, throat, groin, solar plexus, how to break grip, how to escape hold, how to use an attacker's size and momentum against them. Not flowery martial art, not complicated form, just practical, simple techniques that work in real situations. The women are focused, practicing in pairs, drilling the movement. Some are natural, moving with confidence. Some are hesitant, uncomfortable with aggression. Years of conditioning telling them not to fight back. Bruce works with each of them patiently, encouraging, correcting, never condescending, never making them feel weak, just teaching, building confidence one technique at a time. One of the students is named Margaret Chen, 50 years old, Chinese American, housewife, married for 30 years. For grown children, she's small, 5'2", maybe 110 pounds, gray streaks in her black hair pulled back in a bun, wearing loose, comfortable clothes for training. She looks like someone's grandmother, harmless, gentle, soft, but Margaret has a secret, a reason she's here that she hasn't told anyone, not even Bruce. Her husband hits her, has been hitting her for 20 years, started small, a slap here and there, escalated over time. Now it's regular, predictable, when he drinks, when he's angry, when dinner isn't ready on time, when she speaks when she shouldn't, when she exists in a way that inconveniences him. Margaret has never told anyone, never reported it, never asked for help. In 1965, domestic violence isn't talked about, isn't acknowledged. Women are supposed to endure, supposed to keep the family together, supposed to accept that marriage means sometimes getting hit. Her friends don't know, her children don't know. She hides the bruises, wears long sleeves, makes excuses, keeps the secret. But 6 months ago, something changed. Her husband hit her hard enough to crack a rib. She couldn't breathe properly for weeks, couldn't sleep, couldn't function, and she realized if she doesn't do something, he's going to kill her. Maybe not intentionally, but eventually one hit will be too hard. One fall will break something vital. One night he won't stop. She saw a flyer for Bruce Lee's women's self-defense class, tacked to a bulletin board at the grocery store. Learn to protect yourself. All women welcome. No experience necessary. She tore off a phone number tag called "Showed Up the Next Thursday." Has been coming every week since. Bruce doesn't know her story, doesn't know why she trains with such fierce determination, doesn't know she practices the techniques at home when her husband is at work, shadowboxing in the kitchen, drilling strikes in the bedroom, preparing, getting ready for the moment when she'll finally fight back. Bruce is demonstrating a technique, showing the women how to escape a wrist grab, how to use leverage and angle to break free even if the attacker is stronger. Margaret is his demonstration partner. He grabs her wrist, not hard, just enough pressure to simulate a real grab. Says, when someone grabs you like this, most people pull away. That's instinct. But pulling away means fighting their strength with your strength. You'll lose. Instead, you step in. Use their grip as an anchor. Strike while they're holding you. Margaret follows his instructions. Steps in. Her free hand shoots to Bruce's throat. Control. Precise. Not hard enough to hurt. Just showing the technique. Bruce releases her wrist. Nods. Says, exactly. See? Size doesn't matter. Understanding matters. Then the door opens. Heavy footsteps on the stairs. Everyone stops. Turns. Look. A police officer walks into the room. Full uniform. Navy blue. Badge shining. Gun on his hip. Nightstick. Radio. The complete authority of law enforcement. He's white. Mid-40s. Thick build. Not fat but solid. The body of an ex-athlete gone soft. His face has that weathered, skeptical look of someone who's seen too much. Who doesn't believe in much anymore. His name is Officer Tom Miller. Seattle PD. 15 years on the force. Beat cop. Patrol officer. He's not here officially. He's here because his neighbor, one of the women in class, invited him. Told him about this Chinese guy teaching women to fight. Miller thought it was ridiculous. Told her she was wasting her time. She challenged him. Said, come see for yourself. If you still think it's ridiculous, I'll quit. So here he is, ready to prove his point. Miller walks into the center of the room. Doesn't introduce himself. Doesn't ask permission. Just plants himself in the middle of the training space and looks around. At the women, at Bruce, at the whole setup. His expression is dismissive, mocking, like he just walked into a children's tea party. He says, so you're Bruce Lee. His tone isn't respectful, isn't curious, challenging, confrontational. Bruce has heard that tone before. The tone of men who think they know better, who think their badge, their uniform, their maleness gives them authority over everyone else. Bruce says, yes, can I help you? Miller says, I'm Officer Miller, Seattle PD. I'm here because I've been hearing about these classes. Women learning self-defense from a Chinese kung fu teacher. He says kung fu like it's a joke, like it's pretend, like it's children playing martial art. Bruce says, that's correct. I teach women practical self-defense technique. Miller laughed, actually laughed, not a chuckle, a full condescending laugh. He says, let me save you all some time and money. Women can't fight, not against men. It's biology. Men are bigger, stronger, faster, more aggressive. All the kung fu tricks in the world won't change basic biology. You're giving these women false confidence, setting them up to get hurt worse when they try to fight back and fail. The room goes silent. 15 women frozen. Some look angry, some look embarrassed, some look at Bruce, waiting to see what he does, waiting to see if he'll defend them, defend what they're learning, defend their right to believe they can protect themselves. If you've ever been told you can't do something because of your gender, your size, or who you are, drop a comment. Let's talk about how you prove them wrong. Bruce doesn't react immediately, just looks at Miller, calm, focused, reading him. Miller is here to prove a point, to demonstrate his superiority, to put women back in their place, to show everyone that this Chinese martial arts instructor doesn't know what he's talking about. Miller genuinely believes he's helping, believes he's protecting these women from dangerous delusion, believes his 15 years of police experience gives him authority to judge. Bruce says, you're a police officer, trained in restraint technique, self-defense, kumba. Correct. Miller says, 15 years. I've handled hundreds of violent situations, arrested dangerous criminal, fought men twice your size. I know what real fighting looks like. This, he waves his hand at the women practicing techniques. This isn't real fighting. This is make-believe. Bruce nods slowly, says, I want to propose something, a demonstration, to prove whether what I'm teaching works or not. Miller says, what kind of demonstration? Bruce turns to his class, says, I need a volunteer, someone willing to show Officer Miller that women can defend themselves. The room is silent. Nobody moves. The younger women look scared. The idea of attacking a police officer, even in a controlled demonstration, is terrifying. The older women look uncertain. They've been training for months, but this is different. This isn't practicing with a partner. This is a real man, a big man, an armed man. Ako. Then Margaret raises her hand, slowly, steadily. Her face shows determination. Something else too, something deeper. This is her moment, her chance. After 20 years of being a victim, she finally has an opportunity to fight back. Not against her husband, not yet, but against everything he represents. Against every man who thinks women are helpless, against a system that tells her to endure, to accept, to stay silent. Bruce looks at Margaret, sees something in her eyes, recognizes it, the look of someone who needs this, who's been carrying something heavy and is ready to put it down. He says, Margaret, are you sure? She says, yes, I want to do this. Miller looks at Margaret, then laughs again, says, you're kidding. Her? She's 50 years old, weighs maybe 100 pounds. I'll hurt her. Bruce says, you won't, because you won't touch her. She's going to attack you. You're going to defend yourself using all your police training, all your your 15 years of experience, all your size and strength. If you can stop her, you prove your point. Women can't fight. What I teach doesn't work. But if she takes you down, you leave. You never come back. And you tell everyone that women are capable of defending themselves. Miller's smile fades. This isn't what he expected. He came here to lecture, to demonstrate superiority by talking, not to actually fight a 50-year-old housewife. But now he's trapped. If he refuses, he looks scared. Looks like he's backing down from a grandmother. His entire tough cop persona crumbled. But if he agrees, he's giving Bruce a platform, giving this woman a chance to prove him wrong. His ego makes the choice. He says, fine, but I'm not holding back. She comes at me, I defend myself like any threat. She gets hurt, that's on you. Bruce says, understood, then turns to Margaret, speaks quietly, says, remember your training. Don't think about him as a police officer. Don't think about his size. Just see the target. Eyes, throat, solar plexus, groin. Use his expectations against him. He thinks you're weak. Use that. You know what to do. Margaret nods. Her hands are shaking, not from fear, from adrenaline, from 20 years of suppressed rage finally finding an outlet. She steps forward, faces Officer Miller, this big man with his gun and his badge and his certainty that she's helped. Miller drops into a ready stance. Not a fighting stance exactly, just alert, balanced, hands up, ready to grab, ready to restrain. The way cops are trained. Control technique, submission hold, pin and handcuff. He's not planning to strike her, just planning to grab her, stop her, hold her down, prove she's helpless, prove women can't fight. Bruce says, ready? Margaret nods. Miller says, let's get this over with. Bruce says, go. Margaret moves, not the way Miller expects, not hesitant, not careful. She explodes forward, 20 years of rage channeled into pure aggression. Her right hand shoots out, fingers extended, targets Miller's eyes, the most vulnerable target, the one no amount of size or strength protect. Miller's training kicks in. He raises his hand, block, deflect, good reflexes, good technique, but he's still thinking about her as an old woman, still holding back, still trying not to hurt her. That hesitation costs him everything. Margaret's strike to his eyes was a feint. Her real attack comes from below. Her left hand, open palm, drives upward into his solar plexus. The strike Bruce taught her, the one that shuts down breathing. She puts everything into it. 20 years of taking hit, 20 years of bruises hidden under long sleeve, 20 years of silent suffering, all of it channeled into one perfect strike. The impact is solid, precise. Miller's breath exits, all of it. His diaphragm spasm, can't inhale, can't function. His hands drop from defensive position to his stomach. Instinct, trying to protect, trying to breathe. But Margaret isn't done. She sweeps his leg. Simple technique, basic, but devastating when someone can't breathe, can't balance, can't think. Miller's leg goes out from under him. His body tilts, falls. He reaches for his gun reflexively. Training. When you're losing, when you're in danger, you go for your weapon. But his fingers never touch the holster. Margaret traps his arm, uses his own momentum, redirects, control. Techniques she's drilled 1,000 times in this room. On Bruce, on other students, in her kitchen at home. All of it muscle memory now. All of it instinct. Miller crashes to the hardwood floor. Hard. The impact shakes the room. His radio crackles. His nightstick clatters loose from his belt. Margaret follows him down. Knee on his chest. Hand at his throat. Not choking. Just controlling. Just holding. Just proving a point. Miller is gasping. Struggling to breathe. Struggling to process what just happened. A 50-year-old housewife just took down a trained police officer. Put him on his back. Controlled him completely. In 20 seconds. Maybe less. The room erupted. 14 women screaming. Cheering. Applauding. Not because they hate police. Not because they wanted to see Officer Miller hurt. But because they just witnessed proof. Undeniable proof. Women can fight. Women can defend themselves. Size doesn't matter. Training matters. Technique matters. Understanding matters. Margaret stands up, steps back. Her hands are shaking. Not from fear now. From release. From catharsis. She just fought back. Just proved she's not helpless. Just showed herself. More than Officer Miller. More than Bruce, more than anyone, that she's capable, that she's strong, that she doesn't have to accept violence anymore. Miller struggles to his feet. His face is red, half from lack of oxygen, half from embarrassment. His uniform is disheveled. His pride is shattered. He's been a cop for 15 years, trained in hand-to-hand combat, arrested dangerous criminal, fought men in alleys and bars, and a 50-year-old housewife just destroyed him in front of witnesses. Bruce walks over to Miller, extends his hand, helping him stand fully. Miller doesn't want to take it, wants to storm out, save whatever dignity he has left. But Bruce's expression isn't mocking, isn't superior, just calm, teaching, always teaching. Bruce says, what you just experienced is the difference between theory and reality. You came here with theories. Women can't fight. Size matters most. Your training makes you invincible. Margaret just gave you reality. She's half your size, twice your age. No police training. No bite, no weapon. But she has something you didn't account for. Motivation. She needed this. You were just proving a point. She was proving her worth, her capability, her right to exist without fear. Miller can't speak, still catching his breath, still processing. Bruce continues, you said women can't fight. What you meant is women haven't been taught to fight. Women have been told their whole lives to be weak, to be helpless, to wait for men to protect them. I teach them different. I teach them they can protect themselves, that their size doesn't matter if they understand how bodies work, how to target vulnerable areas, how to use technique over strength. Margaret just proved that, not to you, to herself. Bruce says, you're a police officer. You see violence every day. You know women are victims of assault, domestic violence, rape, every day. What if instead of telling them they're helpless, we teach them they're not? What if instead of saying they can't fight, we show them how? How many women could we save? How many lives could we change? This is the moment, the question that makes you rethink everything. Have you ever realized your beliefs were protecting the problem instead of solving it? Share your thoughts. Miller looks around the room, at the 15 women watching him, waiting to see what he does. Some still look angry, but most look hopeful. Hopeful that maybe this cop, this representative of authority and law, will understand, will become an ally instead of an obstacle. Miller looks at Margaret, really looks at her, sees something he missed before, sees the faded yellow bruise on her wrist, the way she holds her left side, the way her eyes carry pain that has nothing to do with this demonstration. He's a cop. He's seen that look before, on domestic violence victims, on women trapped in situations they can't escape. He says to Margaret, who hits you? The room goes silent. Margaret's face drains of color. Nobody knew. She's kept the secret so carefully, so thoroughly, and this cop just saw through her in 5 seconds. Margaret doesn't answer, can't answer. Bruce steps forward, says, Officer Miller, that's not. Miller raises his hand, says, I'm not asking as a cop. I'm asking as someone who just learned something. Margaret's eyes fill with tears, 20 years of silence breaking. She says quietly, my husband. Miller nods, says, how long? She says, 20 years. Miller says, and you've never reported it. She says, what would be the point? It's my word against his. He's a respected businessman. I'm just a housewife. Nobody would believe me. Nobody would care. Miller's face hardened, not with anger at her, with anger at himself, at a system he's part of, a system that fails women every day. He says, I believe you, and I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't see it sooner. Sorry I came here to tell you you're helpless when you've been fighting to survive for 20 years. Sorry I'm part of a system that makes women like you think they have no option. He turns to Bruce, says, you're right. I was wrong about everything. These women aren't learning make-believe. They're learning survival, and I was standing in the way. Miller says, I don't deserve it, but I'm asking, can I stay? Not to observe, to learn, so I can teach other officers, so we can do better, help women instead of dismissing them. Bruce looks at the women, says, it's not my choice, theirs. This is their class, their safe space. If they want you here, you can stay. If not, you leave. Understood. Miller nods, looks at the women, says, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I'd like to learn, to do better, but I understand if you want me gone. The women look at each other. Silent communication. Finally, Margaret says, he can stay. The others nod. Agreement. Second chance. Grace. The thing Bruce always teaches. Don't destroy, transform. Margaret divorces her husband, files a restraining order, moves into her own apartment, gets a job, builds a new life. 50 years old, she starts over. Free, safe, strong. She continues training with Bruce, becomes an assistant instructor, teaches other women. Real strength isn't in your size. It's in your willingness to fight back, to stand up, to refuse to be a victim. And real wisdom is knowing when you're wrong and having the courage to change. That's power. That's transformation. That's 20 seconds that echo forever.